Hey, hey, ho, ho, welcome to the show. Hey, 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 ho, ho, welcome. Alright. Jeff the Killer, banned from the Creepypasta Wiki, had to traverse to creepypastaclassics.wikia. Guess that's where they put all the terrible creepypastas and that they think are just classics because they're old, so. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Anonymous unknown. Killer is still at large. After weeks, is that the headline of the newspaper? That's a really bad spacing for a headline. After weeks of unexplained murders, I'm actually a fucking journalism major, by the way. After weeks of fucking unexplained murders, I just added the fucking out of nowhere. This anonymous unknown killer is still on the rise after little evidence has been found. A young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. Pretty normal occurrence. I got up and shut it once more. Seems like an unnecessary detail. Anyways, afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There in the dark, in the little ray of light illuminating, I don't know where I got dark from, illuminating from between my curtains, just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth. A long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. You're a child, so that's not really a lot. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it, a simple phrase, but said it in a way only a madman could speak. He said, go to sleep. I let out a scream. Go to sleep. I let out a scream. That's what I sent him at me. He pulled a knife, aiming at my heart. Bad place to stab someone. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked. I punched. I rolled around, trying to knock him out. This was a kid, right? A young boy. Jesus. Jumped on my bed. I kicked. I punched. I murdered. That's when Dad busted in. The man threw the knife and went to my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of my neighbors hadn't called the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. Probably wasn't glass, though. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out to see him vanish in the distance. I can tell you one thing, I never forgot that face. Those cold, evil eyes, that psychotic smile. I actually used to be fucking terrified of this picture, but it's just so stupid. Look at it. This is like fucking blur tool, and then the worst fucking MS Paint eyes you could possibly fucking draw. I mean, this is so bad. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anybody that fits the description of his story, didn't even fucking tell the description, dude. He just said he had psychotic eyes. Please contact your local police department. Jeff and his family had moved into a new neighborhood. Going on to the backstory. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother, Liu, Jesus, fucking Street Fighter or something? Couldn't complain though. A new, better house? What was not to love? What was not to love? Billy, as they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. Hello, she said. I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son. Hi, I'm Barbara. I want to introduce myself. Here's my son. Okay, bye. Billy, these are our new neighbors. Billy said hi and ran back to play in the yard. Well, said Jeff's mom, I am Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Lou. They are both 16 and go to Wellbrook's High School. Hi, I'm Jeff. They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his room. You mean unpacking? I think I'm fucking just trying to nitpick these for some reason. Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If have you noticed, haven't, I'm not some dumb kid. Jeff, said his mother, we just moved here. We should show what we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party and that's final. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself. Knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. Guess there's no point in saying that it's final then. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there, looking at the ceiling, and then suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much pain, but a weird feeling, puberty. He dismissed it as just some random feeling. He heard his mother call down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. I don't know why I'm bringing this in such a fucking annoying voice. The next day, my microphone is literally right in front of the fucking monitor. I can't even read. I can't even see. Oh, I'm moving the monitor. What's wrong with me? Jeff. Nope. The next day, Jeff walked down the stairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there, eating his breakfast, of course, because fucking he came down to get breakfast, might as well eat it, he once got that feeling again. This time it was stronger. Gave him a slight tugging pain. No, I don't even know what tugging pain is. It's probably puberty, let's be honest. But he once again dismissed it. As he and Liu finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus. Then all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard, only inches above their laps. They both stood back in surprise. Hey, what the hell? The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hand. This kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans. Sounds like me when I was 12. I just almost read the next line. This is a good one. Well. Looks like we got some new meat. Suddenly, 2 other kids appeared. Fucking ninjas. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Hey. Jeff and Liu looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you expect a sidekick to have, because, you know, he's a fucking sidekick. And he's Troy. That's my fucking dad's name. They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. Fucking dicks. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And, said the first kid, I'm Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there's a small price for bus fare. If you catch my cold, hey! Liu sat up, ready to punch his lights out. Shit, this is Street Fighter. Punch the lights out of the kid's eyes when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I hoped you would have been more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Liu and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was super strong. A burning sensation. He stood up, but Liu gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and put out his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished his sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Just touching him, I guess. Randy screamed, ow! And Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed at him, but it was a duck. He stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife, descended to the ground, screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't. He fucking punched him in the face. Punched Tony straight in the fucking stomach. Johnny fucking just murdering all over. Liu could nothing, looking amazement as Jeff, how did you? Jeff, how did you? That was all he said. They saw the bus coming, and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. Okay? So they started running as fast as they could. Bad idea. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Liu made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Liu just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. That's fucking normal, dude. He didn't like that's what you do to, like, people being dicks. He didn't like how it sounded. He couldn't help but feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling going away and stay away for the entire way of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore. He felt happy. When he got home, damn it, when he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and when he said in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." This is my most ominous voice, I guess. He heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. "And Jeff, these officers tell me you attacked these 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting, that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son." Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Liu. "Son," said one of the cops, we found three kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene." "Fucking told you, you goddamn idiots, why'd you flee the scene?" Now, what does that tell it? That's like if you have a fucking, if you have a gun and a police officer pulls you over, then you're trying to fucking hide the gun. Even if you have it registered, they're gonna think that it's fucking, you're trying to shoot someone. Jeff knew it was no use. Fucking hell. He couldn't say him and Liu were attacked. But then there was no proof it was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing because the truth be told they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Liu. "Son, calm down your brother." Jeff couldn't do it since it was him who beat up all the kids. "Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Liu tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me." The cop looked at his partner and they both laughed. "Well, kid, looks like it's a year in juvie, cause that's how fucking cops work." "Wait!" They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Liu. "It was me. I beat up those punks." "It was me. I beat up those punks. Have the marks to prove it." He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises as he was in a struggle. "Son, just put the fucking knife down!" They fucking shoot him on sight. "Put the knife down!" Liu held up the knife and dropped to the ground. He put helps up in there. "No, Liu, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down his face. "Huh, poor bro, trying to take a..." That's what partner police officer sounds like. "Huh, poor bro, trying to take blame for what I did. Well, take me away." The police led Liu out of the patrol car. "Liu, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids." Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. "Jeff, please. You don't have to..." "Jeff, please. You don't have to lie. We know it's Liu. You can stop." Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Liu inside. A few minutes later, Dad pulled into the driveway. Seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it?" Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back. This is what happens when you don't fucking talk to your parents, you know? And you're just like, "No, I'm a teen. I don't have to explain anything to my parents. Huh, they don't fucking understand." Huh. After an hour or so, seeing the parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought Liu when it was our fault. He just went to sleep. Ooh, foreshadowing. Trying to get the whole thing off of his mind. 2 days went by with no word from Liu at JDC? Juvie District of Columbia. No friends to hang out with. Nothing but sadness and guilt. That was until Saturday when Jeff woke up with his mother with a happy, sunshining face. "Jeff, it's the day," she said as she opened the curtains and let light flood into his room. What's today?" asked Jeff as he stirs awake. "Why, it's Billy's party." Now he's full awake. "Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect..." I don't have these fucking voices down at all. I dropped my water. Everything's fucked up, dude. "You don't expect me to do this party after..." There's a long pause. "Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up past days. Now get dressed." Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get herself ready. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked down the stairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they ever wear such fancy clothes to a Druid's party? "Son, is that all you're going to wear?" he said Jeff's mom. "Better than wearing too much." he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his, damn it. No, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression. At his father, Jeff grunted and went back to his room. Meh, meh. I don't have any fancy shoes. Clothes, I mean, said Jeff. Betwixt, I guess. I don't know what betwixt means. Just pick out something. He called his mother. He looked around in his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt. So you did have fucking fancy clothes. You're just being a dick. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go. She just said this is fucking brutal, man. It's brutal fucking reading this. They crossed the street over to Barbara's and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and it appeared Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard, Jeff. How about you go and play with some of them, said Barbara. I'm gonna need a drink of water before we continue. Maybe fucking blow my nose, get a cup of coffee, rethink some stuff. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes, just normal cowboy costumes. They're not fucking weird, they're probably just normal ones. And shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and a hat. Hey, wanna play? You gotta put a W in there because he's a fucking child. I'm no kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Why you just cause everything weird? Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend to shoot at the kids. At first he thought it was probably ridiculous. Then he started having fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he'd done something that took his mind off of Leo. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise. A weird rolling noise. Then it was him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence and on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with burning hatred. Hello, Jeff, is it? We have some unfinished business. I forgot where my place was. Alright. I don't think you can get out of bed just yet, she said as she pulled up to buff the bloop bloop. Henny, are you okay? She asked. Jeff couldn't answer though. His face was covered and he was unable to speak. Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to attacking you, they decided to let Liu go. Because, fucking police can do that. They're the judge, jury, and executioner, I guess. This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. He'll be out by tomorrow. Then you two will be able to be together again. What? Okay. I don't get... That doesn't make sense. It's literally making my eyes bloodshot fucking reading this. That's how bad this is. You ever read a story that literally makes your eyes start to hurt? Together again. Jeff hugs Mother Jeff. Jeff hugs Mother Jeff. The next couple of weeks, those were Jeff visited by his family. It's, by the way, as a fucking misnomer here, I'm just fucking bad at reading and I don't give a fucking care. I don't really care that much. So, this isn't the 90% of these grammatical and wording mistakes are just fucking me. Jeff hugs or kisses. The next couple of weeks were those visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were removed. His family were all set to see it. He would look like. As everyone sat in their seats and waited. Let's hope for the best, said the doctor. Quickly pulled the cloth. His mother screams at the side of their face. That's fucking dickish. Liu and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. What happened to my face? Jeff said. He rushed out of his bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of distress. His face, it's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face returned to a beef-like color. His hair was singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hands to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. That would be pretty cool, I guess. Leathery face. Jeff, said Liu. It's not that bad. Not that bad, said Jeff. It's perfect. Jeff, his family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. He noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, everything all right, dude? Okay, I've never felt more happy. Ha 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 ha. Just like fucking the Stephen King's It. This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it. Looking in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you might recall that when Jeff was fighting, Randy said some of his mind. His sanity. He slapped. No, he was just crazy as a killing machine. What's the deal with airline food? That is his parents didn't know. Now, Doctor, said Jeff's mom, is my son. All right, in the head. Oh, yes. This behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amounts of painkillers. If this is not, I don't think that's fucking true, dude. If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here. And we'll give him a psychological test, because, doctors are just fucking jacks of all trades. You don't need a psychiatrist for that. Oh, thank you, doctor. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go. Jeff looks away. Jeff now sounds like fucking Jerry Seinfeld. Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face formed into a crazy smile. Okay, mommy. Hi. His mother took him by the shoulder and took him to get his clothes. This is what came in, said the lady in the Jeff. Jeff's Jeff. Look, Jeff. And there's Jeff and his white Jeffs. The Jeff wore. Not knowing that it was the final day of their life. Well, fucking spoilers. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound that coming from the bathroom. A sound as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked in the bathroom, she sounded a horrendous strife. Just as it's a knife into the fucking fight, blah 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 blah. Jeff, what are you doing? Jeff looked over to her mother. I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. Jeff's mother. Damn it. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes ringed in black. They didn't do an end. Quotation marks. Jeff, your eyes. His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face, Mother. I got tired, and my eyes started to close. I burned out my eyelids so I could forever see myself. My new face. I think you go blind. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing her mother was going insane. What's wrong, Mother? Mommy, aren't I beautiful? Yes, son, she said. Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran to the room and shit Dad from his seat. Honey, fucking get the gun, our son. That's the dumb thing in the world, that they're just like, hey, our fucking kid's going a little crazy. Let's old Yeller this kid. Take him out in the back. I think we fucking failed. Mommy, you lied! This is the last thing they hear is Jeff gutting both of them. His brother Liu startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strange feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff covered his mouth. He slowly raised his knife, ready to plunge into Liu. Liu thrashed, and they're trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shush, Jeff said. Just go to sleep. Jerry Seinfeld. I'm making B-movie too. Alright, everybody. That was, 13. I give that creepypasta 13 out of what? I don't fucking know. 13 out of 27. That's like a 40-something%. 40-something percent. I feel like that deserves a 40%. The grammar wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just say that for every creepypasta, though. I just assume all grammar is going to be atrocious. Maybe that's just because I barely read them, because I'm just trying to fucking get through these without my eyes being pierced out of my skull, so. I wish there was fuck! My water bottle fell again. Don't worry, it had the cap on. With the delicious Dasani water bottle, it's easy sealable cap. No, accidents can be avoided. Alright, is there a video to go with this, or the Jeff the Killer video? Whatever. Well, I don't want to read the comments because that would make me turn into bad creepypasta, except less funny. So, I'm going to end this here. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Smooches. Mwah. And that wasn't a good smooch. Mwah. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.